What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Relentless Maury back at it with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl came on yesterday, and the Chiefs versus the Niners for the second time. About the last 4 to 5 years. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl once again. They're now back-to-back champions. Going in the next season, they'll be going for a three-peat. Patrick Mahomes stays on GOAT trajectory. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game, a great game. Actually went to overtime. 3-point victory for the Chiefs. Right here, I'm going to be reacting to the post-game interview with Patrick Mahomes. Then I'm going to just give my little take on what I think coming forward, what I think Patrick Mahomes could do for his career if he could really become the GOAT. That's what I'm going to talk about to conclude this video. But as of right now, we just going to react to Patrick Mahomes' post-game interview, see what he got to say. I'm saying his third Super Bowl MVP, played a great game.
Third time in 5 years. I know all rings are great. Is this one the most satisfying based on where you were, losing 5 of 8 at one point in the regular season?
1,000%. I mean, just the attitude of the team to never give up, always believe, and to continue the fight. It's special, and I'm proud of the guys, man. I mean, we battled through and through all the way through the playoffs into the Super Bowl, and just like our whole season, it came down to the last play.
It seemed like you guys really used your Super Bowl experience throughout this playoffs to like almost be up 7 points at the beginning of almost every single game, right? Like, how important was experience to this journey this year?
It was extremely important. I mean, I think for me, just knowing when to take those chances and when not to. Obviously, I had the dumb interception out through the beginning of the second half, and the defense trying to bail me out. But just knowing that even when it's not going the way that I wanted to go, to not press, not push, and let the game come to me, and that's something that I think we did in the end, and we were able to score there at the end of the game.
Patrick, now, you talked about not having pressure. Congratulations, bro.
Stop.
It's my dog, though. It's my dog, though. I'm
I'm gonna shut up.
The clock is running down in OT. There's 3 seconds left. You guys didn't use the timeout. I'm looking at Mike Rob. I'm almost in tears. I'm like, what is going on? And then you run the play. Was there any panic? Or was Coach Reed just like, look, run the play. We're going for it now?
No, we knew we were going to get one more play off. We wanted to do it down in this end zone. And I think it's funny. We go over these rules every single week. And they prepare us for these moments. And when we're in the meetings, I'm like, man, I cannot keep hearing these exact same things, but they prepared us for the overtime rules, knew all the different scenarios, and it keeps us calm and cool during those big moments.
Did it tick you off at some point during the season that there were a lot of people sitting on desks just like this that were saying, okay, the Chiefs might win the West, cute little story, great run. They can't beat Buffalo on the road or a Miami if they have to go there, let's say, or a Baltimore or something else. Did you use that as fuel?
I think you have to a little bit. I knew if we got in the tournament, man, we were going to be a hard team to beat. Just because I know the guys that we have and how hard we work. And even the games that we did lose, I felt like we were always right there in them. Just a few plays here and there. And I'm always motivated, so it doesn't take much for me to get motivated. And I'm just glad that I'm sitting here with y'all right now.
You feel like this was this team's, do you feel like this was the greatest run to the Super Bowl that you guys have had throughout your career?
100%. I mean, it's hard to say that one where we kept coming back and winning those games. So it wasn't the best run, but to be able to go on the road and prove people wrong, I'm just so proud. I'm so proud of the defense, man, and the whole team effort, special teams.
That defense is crazy.
70, offense stepping up when it's needed. This game just was the microcosm of our entire season. It was everybody. It wasn't just offense. It wasn't just defense. Everybody had to step up, and it was a heck of a run. I think it made us tougher for moments like right now.
I know you said on the CBS broadcast at the end of the game that yes, it is a dynasty, but you've got more to do. Are you also chasing the quarterback greats of this game? Because there's been so much discussion about now Mahomes in there with Brady. You got to hear some of it.
Yeah, I hear it. I mean, to me, it's always going to be tough because Brady beat me in the Super Bowl. That's one thing you always have in my head. But it gives me something to strive for every single day is chasing greatness. And whenever I'm tired, I might not want to work out. I know that I have to do it in order to be in these moments like this. And so I know it's a long ways away, and it's not something that I'm like, I need to get 7 Super Bowls right now. But it does give me that added motivation to continue to be great every single day.
Were you in the first half? You guys were struggling offensively. Were you stressing? What was going on? Talk about, because we were looking at your face. You looked just like this. There was no problems, no panic at all. We saw Travis. It was a very emotional. But what was it like, and how'd you guys go into halftime, make some adjustments, come out and make some plays?
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously I was upset. But with the young team that we have, I want to be calm. And the defense has kept holding them and stopping them. We're only down 10. We're only down 7. The game's not over. We just need one drive that's kind of spark us. And like you said earlier, being in these moments, I think it's prepared me not to push. And playing the way we've played this year has prepared me to not press. And then getting into halftime, I think the guys just said, let's be us. Like, if we're going to go down, let's be us and have excitement, have fun, have energy. The guys did that, and we were able to pull it through at the end.
All right, before we say goodbye, we know that you stressed this was indeed a business trip in a very fun city.
Oh, the trip's over. Business side of the trip is over. I'm finishing these interviews, and we're going to have a great time in Vegas.
Are you going to bring the troops back?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get everybody back. I got to go to Disneyland at like 8 in the morning, dude. It might not be any sleep, but I have a lot of sleep. But I'm going to enjoy this with my guys. And then have the parade in Kansas City, which is always a great time. And then we're on the roll, man. We're going for 3. Let's see what we can do.
We try to go for 3. Got to get up at 8 a.m. after partying all night. Congratulations.
Man, like I said, bro, this was a great game. Patrick Mahomes is still on GOAT trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes is 28 years of age. Now he's won his 3rd Super Bowl. His 3rd Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? Let me cover up this shirt because it's green. But 3rd Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? He's also a 2-time MVP. And in the worst statistical season that he's had in his career, they go on to win the Super Bowl, bro. You know what I'm saying? From seeing what they were doing in the regular season, realistically, they did not look like a Super Bowl team. You know what I'm saying? But for them to come out and win in the fashion that they did, beating the teams that they beat, this was for sure, I would say, consider the best ring that they have so far. It's the 3rd one. But to consider, they beat the Dolphins first, then the Bills on the road, the Ravens on the road, just to beat the 49ers, who was the 1 seed in the NFC. So they beat the 3 best teams in the AFC that was in the playoffs and the best team from the NFC. They had the hardest route out of any team, you know what I'm saying? And they got it done. So that's great. As far as Mr. Patrick Mahomes, it's time to it's already time, but now that this ring, it's certainly time to start mentioning him in a different conversation. He's in that bracket, whereas there's only 3 people to ever touch a football that's in that same bracket as him. That's Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and Patrick Mahomes. The only 3 people, you know what I'm saying? We can see Tom Brady. We obviously know. I'm going to actually go to Joe first. We already know Tom Brady to go. Wait, what I do? Okay. We already know that Tom Brady to go. Let's go back and see what Joe Montana did for those who don't understand. Joe Montana is a 4-time Super Bowl champion, a 2-time MVP. You know what I'm saying? 3-time Super Bowl MVP. He played with Jerry Rice. He had a long career. You know what I'm saying? Pretty lengthy career. He won in 1981, 84, 88, and 89. You know what I'm saying? So he also repeated. All right? And Joe Montana was considered the GOAT up until Tom Brady came along. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Montana, you know, if we look at his, I'm not going to lie, just right here looking at his stats for the seasons and stuff, he's only had more than 30 touchdowns in the season one time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a note to be considered. But, you know what I'm saying, he was playing at a different time period. They weren't throwing the ball as much. He's definitely still in this conversation based on the work and his resume that he's put in. Joe Montana. I might still got Joe Montana at number 2 just out of respect for Joe, and I have Patrick Mahomes at number 3. Obviously, Tom Brady is the number 1 person to ever touch a football. Obviously, 7-time Super Bowl champ is unrealistic. That's video game like. 3-time MVP, 5-time Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? He got the stats to go along with it. He went 16-0 2007, even though they didn't win the Super Bowl that season. He threw for 50 touchdowns, 8 picks. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, won his first season. Tom Brady is definitely the GOAT. It's honestly not close, really not up for debate at this point. But Patrick Mahomes is putting together a compelling case. You know what I'm saying? At this point in I think this concludes year 7, his 6th year start. He's definitely doing better than Tom did. Obviously, Tom still had 3 Super Bowl rings at this point. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady won 3 Super Bowls before he even lost a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. And but Patrick Mahomes has all 3 MVPs as well as 2 regular season MVPs. At this point in Tom Brady's career, he was not a regular season MVP. And also, Tom Brady also went 10 years without winning a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So do we think that Patrick Mahomes is Obviously, at this point, you really shouldn't be thinking that, but you know, you don't know what the future entails. All right. So as far as this GOAT conversation though, right now, obviously there's gonna be Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes obviously not there yet. The question is, will he get there? Not is he there yet? So obviously he's not there yet, but he definitely can get there. But it will definitely be tough. Tom Brady has 7 rings. I think at bare minimum he should. It's really gonna be hard for him. He's gonna really have to get 8. You know what I'm saying? Because if he gets 7, it's always gonna be the fact that Tom Brady beat him in the Super Bowl. Like he mentioned that in this video that we just watched. Tom Brady has beat him in the Super Bowl. He also beat him in the AFC Championship. Tom Brady is 2-0 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So, and for the rest of eternity, Tom Brady will forever have that over Patrick Mahomes. Now, let's say he does win. Patrick Mahomes wins 7, but then he got one. Let's say one Super Bowl, he throw for 550 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? 0 picks, you know what I'm saying? He had a perfect game. I mean, that's a game that Tom Brady never had. Tom Brady did throw for 500 yards in the Super Bowl, but he lost that Super Bowl. So let's say Patrick Mahomes goes out and throw for 600 yards. You know, do something crazy. Patrick Mahomes threw for 700 yards in college, you know what I'm saying? In a college game. But Patrick Mahomes, he definitely has the potential to go out in the Super Bowl and do something that we've never ever seen. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be taken into account. If he goes out and have the best Super Bowl performance in NFL history, and if he has 2 of them in his career, that has to be taken. You know, that can't be taken for granted. You know what I'm saying? We have to jot that down. But with that being said, though, man, that'll pretty much conclude the video. I just wanted to make a little reaction to the Super Bowl. A great game. You know what I'm saying? 3-point game, overtime victory. Won on the last possession of touchdown pass to Mr. McCole Hardman. I mean, yeah. But with that being said, though, man, I'm going to say I appreciate y'all tuning in once again. And I'm going to be back soon, man.